Hello everyone. How are you doing today? Sorry for the late start, but welcome to the Tianshi Club. Oh, big stretch. Monki's been busy today. Monkey hacker? Today I thought we'd play a game that I have been very much enjoying. It's called EXAPUNKS. And it's a fun game. I've already played some of it, so I've played a fair amount of it actually. So this won't be my first time through, but I find it pretty fun. It's a hacker-themed game, and the gameplay mechanic is basically coding. I find it pretty fun. So yeah, Hacker Monkey. Also, hello A-Fox. Welcome. Hey yo, what going on? Wait, oh, hey Monkey. How you doing? I'm good. How Monkey, scale 1 to 10, blah blah blah, you know the drill. I am Monkey. Monkey typewriter time. Yeah. Well, this game, the coding element isn't too much. The syntax is relatively simple, so that's nice. You know what's up? Hello, Saturn. What's up? Yeah, Monkey was busy today. Monkey has been moving some furniture around and stuff. It's been a busy day. So I do apologize for the late start. I don't believe we'll be able to go much later than usual today, unfortunately. But we still have 2 hours at least, so that hopefully will be good. And one stream, I'll ask Monkey that question. We'll finally get a new response. But hey, Fox, this is the only accurate response. Monkey cannot lie. So yeah, actually, why don't we take a look at the game? The first opening splash to the game, the volume of the music is a little bit loud, so hopefully you can hear Monkey over it. But I could have skipped it, but I wanted to show it to you guys because I think it's pretty cool. But we'll skip it pretty quickly so you can hear Monkey better again. Oh, hello now. Hello, Hiki. Welcome, good to see you. JK. Wait, why JK? Good to see you. How you doing? As far as we know, now is always Monkey. As far as I know, too. TV8, the thumbnail hooked me. Was not Monkey Hacker, but the insane drip on Monkey. One of my brothers was the person who suggested this game to me, and when I told him I was thinking about streaming it, he said, "You have to wear the hacker glasses." Gotta put on the hacker glasses, so I put on the hacker glasses. How are you doing? Pretty well, Hiki, pretty well. Busy, but not bad. This tea is too hot though. JK, cause that's what you usually say. Oh! Hey Hinky, are you slowly becoming Monkey? Oh, everyone slowly become Monkey, right? I've been well. Oh, good to hear it. Watched a few movies over the past few days and saw an interesting video essay. Oh, what movies? What video essay? Hacker voice. I'm Monkey. What is a hacker voice? This is a meme that Monkey does not know. I know that hackers wear glasses and hats and big coats. I don't know hacker voice though. Saluton. Oh, hello, Light Remus. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. How you doing? Been thinking some more. Oh. My 2 cents. Rorschach was a miscalculation. Oh. If you don't want people to identify with somebody, don't make them the narrator or explain his entire thought process. Oh, interesting. In some ways, I guess I could agree. Yet at the same time, it's kind of getting inside Rorschach's head that really is part of the adventure, I feel. You know, I partially agree, but I also partially think it was almost like a calculated danger because do you all know the famous historical book Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov? I apologize for butchering the name. But it's a book from the point of view of a criminal whose point of view you're probably not supposed to actually admire, as far as I understand. I only read the intro to that book. I haven't read the whole book, so I don't know for sure. But the intro gives me the feeling that the narrator, you're supposed to get inside the mind of this really messed up person, but not necessarily to feel good about parts that you might identify with. I don't know. But who knows, right? Maybe it's just a danger when your narrator is not someone great. I'm reminded also of one that I did read. What was it called? It's another famous piece of literature about someone who's like kind of a sociopathic murderer. That sounds scary, doesn't it? I forget what it's called though. It's a classic. I'll think of it later. And that one, you might also kind of understand him and get intimate with the way that he thinks. But hopefully, not go so far as to think that he's really cool. It's a little different. But that is a good point, Mongoose. I think maybe they did a surprisingly good job of making him sympathetic and therefore... Well, also the other problem is the how do they say? The best parody is indistinguishable from that which it parodies, right? And so in some ways, he is a parody of the cool guy character, right? Like he comes in all noir detective, jaded noir detective kind of trope, and has these really strong ideals and stuff. And so in some ways, because it's a parody, but a really good parody, I imagine that it can sometimes be read by certain people as not a parody, right? Like Starship Troopers. Not the book was sincere, but by the time Heinlein, by the time he made the movie, he had decided that that way of thinking was wrong. And it kind of comes out in the movie, if you ask me, that the movie seems to be parodying the way he used to think and making fun of it. But it does such a good job that it becomes compelling if you're at the point in your life like he was when he first wrote the book, where these ideas sound new and interesting and great. So I think that could be why there's a danger as well. Pretty good. Have you read the book The Martian? I finished it yesterday. Oh, I've heard of it. I think I might have even watched the movie adaptation, though I imagine that's pretty different. I have heard of it. Did you enjoy it, Remus? Would you recommend? I saw Bullet Train. Oh, Bullet Train. I don't know if I've heard that one. Is that like the Japanese bullet train, like the Shinkansen? It was really entertaining. Oh, I had some preconceptions beforehand, but I ended up liking it a lot. Oh, I see. Sadly not much of a hacker. My only experience with hacking is from Tanaka's amazing committees from P5R. So yeah, I'm clueless on this one. Oh, don't worry. This game, one thing that's really nice about it is you don't have to know anything about hacking. And in fact, you don't even need to know anything about coding. It's a great game to learn about how coding works in a way, to get your feet wet with coding. Because I think anyone can do it. It's really well presented. The graphics are really intuitive. And the syntax is very simple and easy to pick up. So, I highly recommend playing this game if you think you might be interested in coding type games. Or coding in general. The video essay was about everything everywhere. They analyzed Wayman's character, saying he was a character archetype that was underrepresented, but very specifically needed in this story. Ah! I wonder if I might have seen the same one. I've seen 2 video essays on Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know one was by Accented Cinema, and the other one... I can't forget who it was by, but one of them at least was specifically centering on the character of Wayman. And then the other one, I think, was touching on some of the imagery in the movie. Like some of the imagery. But the one I was focusing on, Wayman, was pretty good. They were both really good, to be honest. I only have good things to say about that movie. Hi there, can't stay for today's stream, but hope you're well. Oh, Vladi, thank you so much for dropping by! Even though you can't stay, thank you so much. Hope you're well now, and hope everyone in chat is too. I hope you're well too, Vladi! Have a good rest of your day! Does the Lolita dude hold tight to his sense of right and wrong? And if he was too rigid in his morality, don't make the Superman be just as uncompromised? I don't know, because I didn't read the book, right? I've only read the intro to Lolita. But as far as I understand, the narrator for the majority of the book, so the intro is not narrated by the same person. The intro is sort of this fictional introduction explaining that the rest of the book is basically an autobiographical account by the criminal after he's already been charged and put in jail, I think. But it's a self-account by the criminal about what happened from his perspective. That's what the intro says, basically. It's by a psychologist or something who's compiled the work and published it, I guess. And so, as far as I understand, the criminal himself has a strong lack of remorse. Definitely doesn't think that he did anything wrong, per se, I guess. I'm not sure. I'd have to finish the book. But I don't know what you mean. He was too rigid in his morality. Don't make Superman be just as uncompromising. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Troopers was more like another director completely missed the point. At least that's what I heard. Yeah, actually, Mongoose, that's a very common misconception as far as I can tell. A lot of people feel that way. Because the book is so different from the movie, the automatic response by most people is, oh, it must have been a director who took the book and did something completely different with it and didn't understand it. But if you do some more research into Heinlein, as well as the movie itself, you'll find that Heinlein was actually a part of the film creation. There are pictures of him on set, for example. So he definitely had his hands in it. And furthermore, if you look at Heinlein's books in general, you can see his philosophies in life. They changed drastically. Starship Troopers was one of his first novels. And by the end, you will see that his philosophies in life changed dramatically. Very, very dramatically. And so, by the time the movie was made, he had already shifted away from, I believe he had already shifted away from the Starship Troopers way of thinking. That's my understanding in terms of, because the movie didn't come out right after the book, right? It came out a while later. And I can't remember. I wish I could say I had seen first-hand accounts by Heinlein about it, but I don't think I have. So unfortunately, the most how you say, proving evidence possible I have not seen yet, but maybe someone could dig it up in an interview if he did one. I'm not sure. It was pretty good. Oh, it's really hard sci-fi, but keeps story. But still keeps a story. Oh, I see. That's why I heard it's in terms of hard sci-fi, right? When people say hard sci-fi, to clarify for others and for myself, I believe that typically means hard facts, right? Is kind of the idea when you say hard sci-fi. It's like it sticks very close to actual science as much as possible and tries to make everything explainable, right? Trying to be as solid as possible in terms of the science. And that is what I've heard about The Martian as well, I believe. It's an action movie set almost exclusively on the Shinkansen, yes. Oh! I really enjoyed it. Oh, I see! That's really cool! Is it a Japanese movie then? Personally, if I was a detective, I would just go around telling people and arresting them for crimes that they didn't even know they committed. Like, fun fact, it is illegal to be drunk in a pub. So I could eliminate half the population with that one. Oh, interesting. Starship Troopers is special because the movie parodies the view that the book unironically pushes. Yeah, exactly. It's very interesting. I think that's exactly why most people think, oh, there must have been something wrong there. But it seems very intentional, if you ask me. The parodying of the way the book sees things. That Remus. Yeah, that. I'm just glad Everything Everywhere All at Once has become such a popular film. A very touching story. Yeah, it was really well made. I don't know, I liked it a lot. I am also really glad that it seems to be popular then. That's great. Moore also wrote Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, where Superman breaks his no-killing rule and goes away forever. Oh, interesting. Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. I'ma save that title. That sounds interesting. That sounds like something Monki might enjoy. Let's put that in. Alright. Wasn't Nal gonna boot up the game a minute ago? Maybe. You're not wrong. Okay, I'm close to catching up with chat. Let me just catch up real quick and then I'll boot up the game, huh? Anyways, I've just been playing Cult of the Lamb the past few days and been having a blast. Oh, glad to hear it, A-Fox. I've seen a little bit of the gameplay so far. One of my siblings was playing it. It looks very cute. He said that there's an easy mode that Monki might be able to play, but I'm not sure if I would like to or not. I still have to think about it. It's cute because apparently they have a Twitch integration, but unfortunately Monki streams on YouTube and I don't think it applies there. I really big problem a lot of sci-fi have is that they get lost in the sauce, so to speak. Is that what you call it when they get too into building the sci-fi science and lose track of plot and character development? I could see that, because if you're coming up with something like that, sometimes it's so much fun. You end up geeking out, and then you're like, "Oh wait, this was supposed to be a story, huh?" It's okay. It can just be a fake manual. One of my favorite sci-fi authors, Le Guin, she has some books literally like that. She published one book later in her career that is literally like an encyclopedia slash poetry compilation slash, I don't know, general like cultural information compilation, basically an anthropological study of a civilization that she made up. I don't think the book has a plot. Sorry if the tangent was my fault. No problem, Mongoose, no problem. I like tangents anyway, it's good stuff. You mean this wasn't a just chatting stream? Every stream is a just chatting stream. Just kidding, just kidding. No, hello, how are you today? Hello, Best Squid, welcome, welcome. Oh, I just saw your message on the Discord about the virtual, how you say, convention? That looks like fun. I'll see if I can figure out how to use VR chat in time. But thank you for the notification. Oh, that's really exciting. And I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Apparently, the Troopers movie was made by Verhoeven, who thought Highland and the book were something they were not. He only read a few chapters. Oh, interesting, interesting. After finishing it twice. You finished the game twice, wow! I can say that it is amazing. I think you would love the town building side. As if I found it fun, I'm sure you will. It gave me massive Stardew vibes. Ah, I see. We need to save Earth. So first, here's a crash course on nuclear atoms in a vacuum. I see. Building up your cult is really fun. The only problem is that if you are not careful, your followers will die faster than my will to live. Oh, so you gotta keep them fed and not sick. Oh, danger. Not gonna lie, Monki does prefer games without consequences and without any time pressure. But if it's not too hard, then it might be okay. I'm good. Also, I can show you how to use VR desktop mode sometime to visit it. It's not too hard. Oh, I see. Okay. I did try VR briefly once recently, actually. But it freaked me out because I didn't realize your microphone is on by default. And also I didn't realize that the introductory worlds they dropped you into after the tutorial were public worlds. And so Monki was like, ah, scared, and ran away. But maybe it's not so bad. Let's see. You just gotta not slack off, or else you might be in trouble. Ah, I see. I hear the dungeon parts also happen in real time with your village stuff. So if you leave your village, then things are still happening even when you're in the dungeon. VR chat tea party hype. Wait, that sounds great. Oh, wouldn't it be great if we had a virtual club room? That sounds like fun. I have no idea how any of that works though. Maybe one day. Okay, I caught up the chat. Let me see if I can at least get the game on the screen. Let's see. So I gotta do this. And let me know. I apologize if it's too loud. It should get quieter. But let me know if it's too loud and I can turn it down temporarily as well. Okay. Ta-da! kind of like hype hacking music to start with. Alright, and then I do this, and I do this. There we go. In terms of the roguelike part, it's very fun but slightly underwhelming if you are expecting Hades or Binding of Isaac. Ah, the thousands of builds and weapon interactions are gonna be disappointing. Oh, I see. Oh, in Monki's case, I don't need all that, so... But I can see why that would be disappointing. Guitar, yeah. Hello. Oh, hello, Murky Water. Welcome. Oh, techno metal. Ah, is that what this counts as? I wasn't sure what genre of music this was. The game has 5 weapons and 10 spells. The game is just dodging and hitting the bosses mostly easy, even on the hardest difficulty, so it's not the kind of game you're gonna replay a lot. Ah, I see. Ah, Min-chan, hello! Like, sounds good. Alright, shall I click to continue? I like this scrolling here. This is actually the actual code commands from the game, so it's kind of cute. Love this stream. Oh, thank you! Dakubuni? Welcome to the TST Club. Alright, let's go. Click to continue. Alright. So... audio level seems good now? Okay. Let me know if it's still too loud. But why don't we just give it a try? So this on the wall here, this is really cute. This whole image, by the way, is super cute. This is like your main interface for the game. It's really great. There's some cute Easter eggs. Like this says beam in English, and if you look at the red, it says beam in Japanese. So here we have this cyberpunk past future. This is our room. And the console on the wall is actually our settings. Options, controls, etc. Constellation too. Replace backup battery, oh dear. And here we have our main interface, our computer. Monki-san. Oh, hello, Eduardo. Welcome. Where the fun for me is with the town building side, which was very charming and lots of fun with plenty of distractions. Plus, you can make your followers eat a bowl of literal poop. 10 out of 10. This is true. I have seen it. Kotaro-kun! Hello! Nao-chan, hacking time, yeah! The mini TV and speaker give me big retro futurism vibes. I like it. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. Alright, let's go. So this is our main interface as well for the entire game, which is a lot of fun! I really like this interface, it's so cool. So for those of you who might know, the developer of this game is called Zachtronics. He used to be an independent developer, and then eventually I think he started a small studio. He does some really interesting style of game. They're kind of like puzzle games, I guess, but they're often like puzzle engineering games, like this. He's really cool. I hear that he's going to retire from making games in order to become a teacher or something like that. And so, you know, it's a little sad that he won't be making any more, but I'm excited. I hope he enjoys being a teacher. But anyways, the interface is cool, because this is our Axiom personal organizer. So this is my, you know, my meetings and stuff, and my interface for that. And then this is Chatsubo. I love this Chatsubo, because it's the chat interface. where I'm in this chat room with these are the other people in the EXAPUNKS group. I've connected to EXAPUNKS. And also I love that it's Chatsubo because Chatsubo is actually a tea container. It's a container that you put tea in while you're aging it before you turn it into matcha. So I gotta say, big fan, big fan. There is a free demo, so I guess you could try that. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I missed your other message. Based on what I played, it might be a null game. I think you will love the town building. And luckily for the roguelike part, it takes about 5 to 8 minutes per run, so I think it may work. Oh, a little bit like the caves in Stardew, I guess, if we're comparing to Stardew. Oh, I see. Could give it a try. Oops. Monki-san is my teacher. Yeah. No, I am just Monki. Mrs. Monki. Why am I Mrs. Monki? May I recommend Strange Horticulture? Chill but got horror stuff happening to other people. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of horror stuff usually, depending on what you mean by that. Strange Horticulture. Oh, it looks kind of cute. Oh. Is this sort of like... I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of cute. Monkey-san, teacher outfit someday. What's a teacher outfit? Lovely Monkey-san teaching so much. No. Monkey plays Roblox? Not yet. I've never played Roblox yet. And hello, Cheesecake. Welcome. The horror doesn't happen to you. You're just a florist. Oh, well that doesn't sound so bad. Alright. So, why don't we get this game actually started? The first thing we gotta do is we have a meeting with Nivas, I believe. Saturday, October 4th, 1997, I believe. At 5:21 p.m. Find a source for bootleg medication. And I guess this is where we're meeting. This place, San Francisco. Anyways, have fun, Mrs. Hacker Monkey. I'm gonna fall asleep now. Oh, okay, Fox. Sorry I took so long to turn on the game, but I recognize we started stream late, so have a really good night, Fox, and sweet dreams, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. There's a parody of Survivor on Roblox. Survivor? The song? The game show? What's this game about? Hacking. We just got started actually, so we'll play the first cutscene, and that'll give us a little bit of the setup of the environment of the premise. Though, like a lot of Zachtronics games, the premise and stuff is just kind of fun background world building for the most part. There's not too much progression, I will say. At least as far as Monki has gotten so far. There's a little bit, and there's some world building, but the real focus is on the puzzles. But it is a really cool world that they built. It's really beautiful, and it's pretty fun. We're hackers. Yeah. Monkey-san has much to teach so many streamers. I don't know about that. I wanted to learn to hack. Survivor the game show. Oh, I see. Yeah, in this game, I wouldn't call the hacking particularly realistic, but the coding is particularly realistic. So it's a great entry point, because you don't have to know how to code to play this game. But once you play this game, you'll know how to code. Basically. Say no. I don't know if I've ever asked, but do you prefer sci-fi to fantasy? Oh, this is a good question. I don't know for sure. I will say that as a baby monkey, I ended up reading a lot more sci-fi than fantasy, but that wasn't necessarily because I liked sci-fi. Maybe it was. I mostly just read whatever my siblings recommended for me and said, hey, I think you'll like this. And so they recommended me a lot of sci-fi. And so I ended up reading a lot of sci-fi. I have not actually read that much fantasy, but I wouldn't say I dislike it. I don't know how I feel about one compared to the other, I guess. And it's a bit of a continuum too, right? So sometimes it gets a little hazy. I'ma turn into good luck taking over Amazon. Okay, sounds good, Mongoose. Have a good night. Sleep well. Will we ever see Null on Survivor? Hello, cheese and crackers. Welcome, welcome. On Survivor? I don't think so. Doesn't sound like me. Oh, vamos now, vamos. Oh, hello, white bears. Welcome, welcome. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. The genres used to be very much intermingled, but I realized you seem to be quite knowledgeable on the subject. Well, I've just read a lot, I guess. I also tend to prefer... I don't tend to prefer what people typically think of as sci-fi, like space operas and such. I'm not against them, but they're not really my jam. Like, I read Dune and I enjoyed it, but I do tend to lean more like Le Guin style, or of the newer authors, I've really enjoyed Ted Chiang, especially his newer stuff, and I've enjoyed what's her name? The one who wrote Murderbot Diaries. These sorts of very character-focused sci-fi. I do enjoy the Next Generation Star Trek, though. I've been watching that. I dropped it at some point, but I should watch more. The Discworld books are fantasy written like sci-fi, with a lot of satire thrown in. And with that, good night. Oh, good night, Mongoose. Actually, I was just about to try to read the Discworld books, but I don't know, something about it, I couldn't quite get myself into it in the first chapter. But I've decided to reserve judgment and try again later. NT was one of my first sci-fi shows. I watched it so much as a kid. Oh, I see. You know, one of Monkey's papas really liked Star Trek, I think. And so he was always watching it, but I didn't really watch it with him. Because at the time I didn't think I'd be interested. And maybe I wouldn't have as a baby monkey, I don't know. But I like it a lot now. Discworld is quite fun. Oh, I see. I really ought to give it a second chance. I think I just wasn't in the right mindset, because I had always just been recommended the book, but I couldn't figure out. No one told me what the book was about or what to expect. When you say it's fantasy written like sci-fi with satire thrown in, I can kind of see that. So that might help me figure out how I'm supposed to come at this book. I was the opposite, I guess. I grew up on legends and folklore and things like that, so it just sort of imprinted on me, I suppose. I see. Well, I grew up with the legendary Monkey King, that's for sure. Even though for us he's a living legend. So I did grow up with that kind of thing. But things like the classics, the modern classics like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, I'd never read as a baby monkey. I had some exposure to fantasy, but none of the big ones, I think. Okay, let's play cutscene, huh? This one's nice because it mostly goes at a steady pace. It's not gonna rush me at all, even when we play the cutscene, so... Monkey likes this kind of game. Thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Monkey-san, what are your thoughts on the Oravo on Hulu? I have never heard of it. What's that? Let's play cutscene. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Someone's at the door. The writing's really good, by the way. I love the writing. I can't remember. Did I ask them to come up? Things have been hazy. Every day, more of my body is turned into junk.
Hey.
I love that they're voiced too. I'm not voiced because I'm me, but I'll let them voice themselves. Is there no skip system during cutscene? No, I don't think so, but you could click through real fast if you wanted to. I love the cutscenes, so I don't feel any desire to skip them. Yeah. They're really well done. It's a show written by the creator of Family Guy and Star Trek Next Gen writers. Oh, that's an interesting combination. I like Star Trek The Next Generation, but I was never into this sort of humor in shows like Family Guy.
Hey, can you hear me? I heard you were looking for some medicine for the phage.
Looks like you definitely need it.
So, Nivas takes one look at us and says we definitely need the medicine. Oh, the world building, the writing is so good. That's right, Nivas said they could find anything, even bootleg medication.
So, I do have a source. I know where to get it. It's cheaper than the real deal, but it's still gonna be pricey.
Voice acting so good too. Nivas pauses and looks me in the eye.
The going rate is 700 a dose. You need to take one dose every day.
I think that's a lot.
Yeah, that's dollars.
Mm.
Sorry, I don't set the prices. I'm just a courier. It's not like any of that money goes to me. Anyway, if you do get the money, give me a call.
Alright, so now we know. Oh, and the chat has lit up. Mutex has logged in. Hello, kinda dead here. Hello, Mutex. I'm pretty sure we're here, but we're, if you see, Mutex is lit up here, right? But I think we're in invisible mode. So you can't see who we are because we're pretending we're not online. But yeah, so from that cutscene, you already can kind of see what kind of world we're in, right? And you know that there's something wrong with us. We're having some sort of medical problem. And the medication is hard to get and it's expensive, even the bootleg stuff. But we're doing what we can because we need it. We apparently really need it because Nivas took one look at us. And it seems like we're having memory problems. Gasp, the legendary hacker technique appearing offline. Yeah, exactly. Classic, right? Alright, so that was our first cutscene. And I love that this is our personal organizer, so you can always go back and replay it if you want to, because they are good. But now we have a new thing on our agenda. Workhouse. Workhouse is an installed program. So this is a meeting. This is an installed program. Perform simple tasks to earn money at home. And this is where it's installed, I guess. Disk 0 programs Workhouse. Okay. Let's do some work. Make some money. We need money for our medicines. Loading. Alright. Transcribe the items for this from this receipt. Task number whatever. Easy work, easy money, TM. Cronus Capital Markets, job 0615. You'll be shown images of receipts generated in the course of normal everyday business and will enter them digitally for bookkeeping and reimbursement purposes. Save a busy executive a minute or two. And over here, welcome to Workhouse, the only service that pays you for simple tasks you can do right from your computer. Workhouse. Easy work, easy money. Account balance, 0. The world building just inherent in this task itself is too good. Monkey-san, why not chaos? What do you mean? There is always chaos. The entropy of the universe is always increasing. Okay. So yeah, this reminds me, there actually are already services like this where you can do small tasks to make small amounts of money. Save a busy executive a minute or two. It sounds, the tone is quite something. Wow, a whole minute. Think of all the things you can do, right? TaskRabbit. It's kind of TaskRabbit-y, but less so, because TaskRabbit was intended for running errands, I guess, in the real world, whereas this is done digitally, remotely. And TaskRabbit has also changed a lot since its inception. It used to be basically an open marketplace where you could hire people to do anything, a little bit like Craigslist. But where Craigslist has more or less stayed the same, TaskRabbit pivoted into being very specific about the things you can request and how they get done and things like that. I would say this is more similar to, I believe it's Amazon Mechanical Turk, which is based on another, I think, famous piece of literature that talks about the Mechanical Turk that I never read, but it is sci-fi. And in Amazon Mechanical Turk, you can get paid small amounts of money for doing small tasks. I don't have a good example, but something like this might be one of them. Let's see. Okay, so here we have. Oh, or you can think of. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Anyhow, McMillan's probably Steakhouse. 9/25, 1997. So about a month ago or half a month ago, in the evening, 11:27 p.m. They ordered champagne, 2 Cabernet. I don't know what VC and DP mean. Oyster plate, New York strip. That's probably a steak. Add truffles, filet mignon, chocolate torte probably, and some sort of special order costing $200. That's a lot, actually. Data entry. It's just data entry. It's our pleasure to serve you. Yeah, so, and if you look at these prices, I mean, that's what they mean. You know, save a busy executive a minute or two for normal everyday business. And here we are struggling to keep ourselves alive because we have some sort of disease. It's quite a world. We really are in the future. The far-off year of 1997. Exactly, right? It's quite a future, isn't it? It's cool how they incorporate certain retro-futuristic sci-fi elements as well, like the fact that if you notice, well, I'll talk more about it later when we see more of the world, actually. Would you like the steak on your steak? I think the implication here is this might be a business meeting. Either a business meeting or a date, who really knows? But, there's 2 people, so there's 2 different two different steak orders. There's an appetizer and some dessert. And I don't know what special order is though. What could that be? For 200. And they drank a lot. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just transcribe the items from this receipt. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, this part of the game is meant to be... My understanding is it's meant to be intentionally... How shall we say? Dry? This part of the game's intentionally dry. But not gonna lie, Monki actually kind of likes data entry. Don't tell anyone. I really like putting things... It just feels good, you know? Putting things in its place. Maybe I should sign up for a service like this. It's menial on purpose? Yeah, basically. That's the feeling I get. Alright, let's go. VC Champagne. Price is 140. Then there's DP Cabernet for 90. And then another one, Cabernet for 90. Oyster Pla for 35. NY Strip for 70. Add truffles for 20. This is also very realistic because computer vision is hard. Computer vision's really hard, so you might think, why can't we just scan this? But generally, if you want to guarantee accuracy, you know, there have been leaps and bounds in this sort of thing, but if you want to guarantee accuracy, sometimes having a human is still the way to go. Now the programmer. No programming yet. This is just data entry. OMG, Monkey, have you seen Johnny Mnemonic? No, I have not. What's Johnny Mnemonic? Secret slurp noise. Oh dear. Monkey sip. Okay. Fillet mignon for 80. And then chic tort for 12. And then special order for 200. This is a very surprisingly both intimate and completely non-personal task. Looking at someone's dinner order. Alright, let's submit and get our money, see? Cash. Verifying your work. Your task is complete. The fact that they verify your work makes you go, so you could have done this yourself? Oh, easy money! 10 cents! Wow! Easy money! So much money! Oh, okay. I like the okay. 10 cents hype? That's 10 cents, and that makes it 699.90 to go before we can afford one dose of our necessary medication. Yes. And that's one dose. We're supposed to take it daily. So this'll be fun. I love the juxtaposition here. 10 cents, right? You earn 10 cents doing this. And
wow,
this person...
the whole 10 cents.
Oh. Hello. Ember 2. Emulated multi-branch emotional reasoning. Hello, Ember.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You only need to do 6,999 more of these, and you'll have enough for today.
Oh. That's a lot of these. Are you talking to me? Or who is this? Yeah, someone just popped up on my computer. Who is this?
Don't worry about that right now.
Oh, okay. I won't. Don't worry about that. You're on my computer and looking at my screen.
You need that medication to stay alive, right?
I guess so.
Well, guess what? I can get it to you.
Ooh.
You'll need to start hacking again, though.
Time for hack.
One hack, one dose. Easy. Deal?
I can't. I've forgotten how. So clearly I used to be a hacker, but I haven't in a while. Let's try. I can't.
Sure you can. Knock knock.
Huh? Oh, we're back. Oh, anyone around? Yo, hey. Oh, looks like Plastered has signed in. Monkey-san, teach us the way of chaos and hack. I don't know the way of chaos. I don't really know the way of hack either. They're pulling you out of retirement. Yeah, here we go. Well, here's our next thing. Well, Ember's here now, but I guess she hasn't got anything to say to us. He? I can't really tell. They. Meeting with gas. Okay, so it's been... Oh, it's the same day actually. Oops! Oh, I clicked on it. It's the same day as the last meeting, just a few... maybe half an hour later, it looks like. We just did our workhouse, I guess. And then met Ember. Monki-san, are you back? I didn't leave, did I? Is everything okay? Stream is steady? Looks like stream is steady. I wasn't aware she left. Me neither. Okay. Someone's at the door again. Old friend. Gasped. I knew his real name once, but that's gone now. That's so sad. When I read this the first time, I was, oh my goodness, that's so sad. Imagine knowing you had a good friend, but you can't even remember his real name anymore. It's a John Wick reference. Oh, I see. Monkey has watched a little bit of John Wick, but I don't know enough to get references, I guess.
Hey, came by to give you something.
Wow, this voice actor has an incredible voice. Gast hands me a small booklet. It's made of real paper. Something notable is made of real paper. Apparently, it's something called Trash World News.
I can't hack like I used to. Whatever edge I had, it's gone now. But I had to keep doing something.
I wonder if he's dealing with something similar to what we're dealing with? John Wick less than Monkey-san. I don't know if I like to compare people. I don't know if I would say that. Abram, welcome! If someone had to narrate my life story, it's got to be this man. Right? Beautiful voice. Trash gang. Yeah, we are a trash gang. I wonder how bad things are out there. If something being made of real paper is notable. You know, I don't know, and I wonder if it's bad or not. In some ways... Now that you mention it, I hadn't caught this on the first way through, but this sort of thing... I mean, nowadays, if someone handed you a real paper magazine, you'd be a little surprised, right? Versus, say, just go to the website. But also, maybe there isn't a lot of paper. There are books on our shelves, If we look at them, I think a lot of them are hacking books, if I remember. We can take a look at them later. And the receipt that we transcribed seemed to be made of paper. But I do think it's probably rare to see real paper these days, I wonder.
Something to keep the culture alive, you know?
Guest is cool.
Computers are running everything these days. Before long, human beings aren't even gonna have a say. So now I equip people with knowledge. The knowledge to make a computer do what you want on your terms. Anyway, I won't keep you. I know you like to be alone.
Apparently I like to be alone. Could they be synthetic then? The cyberpunk theming grows. I wonder.
Hope you like what you see in the zine.
Thank you, Gast. EXAPUNKS reference materials. Alright, this is part of the game that is really cool, by the way, I gotta say. This is super cool. EXAPUNKS reference materials. This game uses printed zines, I guess he pronounced it. I wasn't sure if it's a zine or a zine. For technical reference, storytelling, and general attitude. There are 2 issues unlocked at different points in the game. We recommend you print and assemble the zines for the most authentic and enjoyable EXAPUNKS experience. However, we have also included a digital version with a screen-friendly layout. To print the zines, select the correct PDF for your paper size and print them as double-sided documents. Depending on the program, you may need to select an actual size option rather than fit, so the pages aren't shrunk. After printing, stack the pages in order, staple through the middle to create the spine, and fold them to create a booklet. If you printed the A4 version, trim along the left and right edges to remove the excess paper. Enjoy your zines. We got a little diagram of how you put it together. It's pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool. I love this. I was so surprised, and that's so cool. It's an actual magazine in the game, and you can make it and have it in paper. Actually, having it in paper is both nice because you can read through the articles and it feels nice. But also there's some reference materials in there that are useful when playing the game, so you can also reference them easily. But we'll go ahead with the digital version. I don't think I have a good way right now to display the game and the digital version, the print, at the same time right now. I should figure that out, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not that useful though. But whenever I look at the manual, I'll try to put it up on screen so the rest of you can see it as well. You make your own instruction manual. That's adorable, isn't it? It's so cool. Alright, so this is the magazine. Let's get the digital version. Let me just put that somewhere. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this so that you can see it. One moment. Like this, perhaps. Alright, I think this will work. Oops. Clicking wrong buttons. I just need to click this. There we go. Yeah! That's what we got. This is our magazine digital version. Let's see. So, actually, let me see if I can pull that somewhere where it's easier for me to reference. Like somewhere here. Should be good. Alright. Alright. So, Trash World News. You might have seen this cover on, on Monki's thumbnail. I got a bit inspired by the game's aesthetic and just went a little crazy. So, Trash World News, the underground computer magazine, the EXA issue, Trash World Manifesto, EXA programming tutorials, debugging the phage, network exploration, and more. Issue number 1, first issue, October 1997. So here's our cover. First pages, brought to you by. Oops, come on. Brought to you by Editor-in-Chief is Gast. Contributing editors are Sea Scout and Selenium Wolf. Some of these names you'll notice actually are in our EXAPUNKS chat room. Yeah, I'll see if I can remember to point them out later. Shoutouts to the EXAPUNKS channel. That's us. That's us. We are a part of that. I wonder if I can make this a little bigger. Maybe I should go. I'll make this like this. That might be a little easier for Monki to read. Oh no. Okay, good enough. Shoutouts to EXAPUNKS channel. Graphic designs, Shikari. Writers are Fluxatine Dream, Island Mikey, Dean Krasnova, The Deacon, Green Man, and Loveless. This is this. Information presented in Trash World News is for educational purposes only. Trash World News does not condone illegal activity. Definitely. It's purely educational, you know? Purely educational. Yeah. Yo, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone's day is good. Hello, Rakun! Welcome! How you doing? Hacker Monkey, yeah. Alright, and here we have... Oh, maybe I can do this. The size of one page. That'll work. That seems good. Okay. Letter from the editor. Trash World Manifesto. Getting started is the distributed network. Programming with excess. This is our table of contents. Gas walks you through it. Tutorials. Hacker skills. Runtime errors and how to exploit them. Axiom EXA language reference guide. Table of contents. Oh, this is the whole table of contents. Hackerverse. Debugging the fake. Hardware hacks. Electronic highway signs. Network exploration. Digicache. Point of sale systems. Accessing data in legacy storage systems. Network exploration. Workhouse. Network exploration. Equity First Bank. And then at the end, Munchies. Trash World Kitchen and Passing Resemblance Part 1. So that's exciting. That's fun. We'll put that away for now and get back to the game. We can well, actually, you know what? Before we put that away, why don't we go ahead and oops. Why don't we go ahead and read the first article? Because that is the letter from the editor. That's gas. I'm sure there are no ulterior motives. Yeah, not at all. I'm sure this manifesto will make it very clear that we do not condone illegal activity. Letter from the editor. Trash World Manifesto. even the cyberpunk future runs Firefox. I knew it. That's just me, but I like the way you think. Alright. Welcome to the inaugural issue of Trash World News. You might be wondering why we're launching a new zine at a time when everything is going digital. The answer is simple. We need a place to share vital and sensitive information about computer systems and networks. A place that doesn't depend on computers itself. Have you noticed it lately? Everywhere you go, whatever you do, there's a bank of computers at work behind the scenes, making decisions about you. Society at large seems to accept it as a norm that computer programs designed by the powers that be will determine our value and determine our value to them and treat us accordingly. Computers by themselves are just tools that do what they're programmed to do. That's why it's up to us to take up the fight. We need to equip ourselves with tools and knowledge so we can push back against the rising tide. So that every time some big system treats us like we're just a bunch of punch cards for them to process, we can write programs to throw wrenches in the gears of those grand designs, to force them to acknowledge us as the people we are. We're human beings, and we're hackers. This issue is all about the small but mighty EXA, the technology that took over the world without anyone noticing. These little things are behind almost everything now, from handheld game consoles to huge corporate servers. We'll take you through the ins and outs of those, and hopefully you'll be up and running fast, even if you've never programmed a computer before. We also have a ton of potentially useful field reports from hackers around the world on topics like data storage formats, noteworthy computer networks, and more. Finally, there's a real interesting look at the disease known as the phage, from a research biologist who studied it on her own time and kindly shared her notes with us. I guarantee you won't get this information anywhere else. The hacker spirit lives on, gassed out. It's an interesting world in how I think good sci-fi in Monki's opinion, is fictional but makes you think about the real world, right? There's definitely a bit of that in here. Let's see. Oh, look, there's an ad. Japan's hottest personal computers direct to you. This is what I mean by it's based on sort of retro-futuristic visions of society where Japan is like the super hotness in terms of technology. And they still are, but now there's more competitors around the world too. Mitsuzen, Raven S version. Tech, Socrates, Reason. And Sawayama, the Z8 Hyperlance. I think we have some of these. I think we use the Hyperlance. Call for pricing. Hypercomputers experience. I can't read this kanji, but it says performance. Alright, and this we'll get into in a little bit. We'll worry about this stuff. It's mostly in order, this magazine, in terms of you'll get to the content when it's relevant. So we'll stop here for now. And then we can read through the we can read through the manual later. So for now, let's get back to the game. It reminds me a lot of Shadowrun, but I guess they both draw from the same sources. Well, same theme, right? Yeah, I don't know Shadowrun, really, but I've heard of it, I think. But you can see, actually, now we know. Oh yeah, here's our Z7 Turbolance, so we're one behind. We're one model behind what's being advertised in. Oh, here's our Trash World News. Now we have it over here. You can see back here. Oh, we have a tape deck. And we have the EXA. Now we know what that means. That's related to EXAs that we're gonna read about later. This looks like the book is in Chinese, as far as I can tell. This is tech PC. So, what does it say? Something or other programming. What else can I read here? Logic. What does this say? Monkey can't see out this resolution. Debugging. Lots of books on programming and stuff. This one's in Japanese. What's this say? Mado game? Some sort of game, I guess. And some, what do you call them? The things that measure voltages. Shadowrun is the logical conclusion of combining cyberpunk and fantasy. Oh, interesting, interesting. That sounds like fun. Went to grab some beers? What did I miss? We got a new magazine. We got some world building. And we got... Oh, here we go. We got our first task. So this is meeting with Gast we just did. That's reconnect with an old friend. Same place, so I guess this is our apartment. Yeah. Happened about 15 minutes after, I guess. Alright. Now we got Trash World News Tutorial 1. Learn to explore networks and leave no trace. Oh! We got some more people talking in Chatsubo as well. Oh, see we have here Gast and Selenium Wolf. They're both on the magazine. And we were talking... Mutex and Plastered were here. Now we got Deadlock. What's up, y'all? Nothing, just bored. I've been up all night. The war dialer almost works. Oh, all night. I guess it's... must be getting late. Alright, let's connect to the network. Would you look at that? That zine's got a hacking tutorial in it. How about that? Funny coincidence, huh? What's that supposed to mean, Amber? What are you trying to say? Isn't it? I guess this part isn't voiced. Nice work, I guess. Who are you? I'm gonna go with who are you? It's an interesting idea. There's combinations of technology and magic that are really out there. The country the setting takes place in is run by a dragon. Oh, Monkey loves dragons! That sounds like fun. I like that. Who are you? It's a mystery. Isn't that exciting? Let's continue. I think that was supposed to be sarcastic. Isn't that exciting? This guy knows too much. Get the... I don't know what you mean. Alright. How's the music? Is it a little too loud or is it okay volume? I just noticed the music here is a relatively high volume. So, let me know if you're having trouble hearing Monki. Move file 200 to the outbox. This task, like most tasks, requires you to leave no trace. You must terminate all of your access, not leave any extraneous files in the network, and not make any changes to the network other than those specified by the task's requirements. For help completing this task, see the Gast walks you through it in the first issue of the zine. Alright, this will all start to make more sense as we go along too, if it's not making too much sense yet. Tutorial Network, Trash World News. So I guess Trash World News set up its very own tutorial network so that we could practice. Here's some inbox, outbox. Man, Monkey Sounds Tickle gets me every time. I think if you wanted to lower it a bit, you could. Okay, let me see. Let me do it in the game too, because it's a little loud for me. Let's see. We'll go to sound and music volume down a little bit. Hopefully that'll be good. A little better, but it didn't change too much, did it? Do you think that's good enough or lower? Alright, in the meantime, let me pull back up the manual, because we have to go to Gast walks you through it. Alright. How do I do this? Alright, so we have Gast walks you through it is here we go. So actually that's way down here, so why don't we go ahead and read the articles in between too. Give us some background. It's better. Okay, great. Monkey-san. Yes? Distributed network programming with EXAs. The first step in taking back our autonomy. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's be nice to our eyes and zoom in. There we go. Now you guys can kind of read along too. The first step in taking back our autonomy from computers is knowing how to use them, and that means programming with EXAs. What are EXAs? EXA is short for execution agent. It's a small program that can move from one computer to another through a network without interrupting what it's doing, even across huge real-world distances. Big tech companies like Axiom and Tech developed the EXA standard earlier this decade, guided by a vision they called distributed network programming. EXAs make it easy to connect everything in the world together because they can transfer and process data no matter what the underlying hardware is. Today, they're the lifeblood of every modern computer network. Code, values, and registers. In addition to their physical-looking presence inside a computer network, every EXA contains code and registers. If you are connected to a network using the Exodus development environment, you'll see a window on the left side for each of your EXAs that allows you to edit their code and view their registers. So you can see that over here on the left-hand side. That's what they're talking about. That's where the code and stuff goes. Right. Code. This is a list of instructions that tell the EXA what to do. It's written in a special computer language specifically designed for them. We'll dig into the language in the tutorial section coming up next. This is the code. That's the coding window. Registers. Think of these as slots that can store values. These values can be either numbers like 34 or 5074 or -203, or keywords like secret or trash world news or ABC123. Registers can be read and written by instructions in your code. There are different types of registers. Some just store values, so when you read them, they'll give you the value of whatever you last wrote to them. These are the X and T registers. You'll see that up here. Other registers are actually interfaces to more advanced features, like reading or writing files, the F register, or communicating with other EXAs, the M register. Don't worry about using all the registers right away. You'll learn how to use the different types of registers in the tutorials. Alright, and then we got our next page. Let's see, this one we might want to see full screen. Here are some of the other things you're going to see once you start exploring networks with your EXAs. Oh my, getting in depth right off the bat. I guess it says something that Monkey likes this sort of game. It's fun though, it's fun. Monkey thinks. Hosts. Let's let's see. A host, that's one of these, you see, is a representation of a computer in a network. An exa can only exist inside a host. When you create them, they'll be on your host. But when you run them, they can upload onto your target host and execute there. Because of system performance and memory limitations, all hosts have a limit on the number of exas they can contain at once. In Exodus, this is represented by the number of free grid spaces inside the host. Each exa occupies one grid space. Now using human technology is true. Hello, Chita. Welcome, welcome. And Monkey-san cook. Or is she a takeout kind of girl? I can cook a little bit, but some of my family members are really good at cooking, so I mostly rely on them. Files. Files store sequences of values, both numbers and keywords. They're a little like exas, since they exist in hosts and take up space. But they have no code or behaviors of their own. Their only purpose is to store values. To work with files, you'll need to use exas. Exas can create and delete files, write to them and read from them, and move them around by grabbing and dropping them. Like links, each file has a numerical ID that lets you reference it from your code. This is kind of like nostalgic to Monki because this kind of way of learning to code is how Monki learned to code, not using EXAPUNKS, but using a very classic system called Carol the Robot? Carl the Robot? There's a little robot that you move around and you have it pick up beepers and put down beepers, and you get puzzles to solve just using those simple commands. This one's more intricate than that and has more of an interface, but it's got similar principles. Links. Links connect hosts to each other and are what exas use to travel between hosts. That's these things, the links, I guess. Links have a numerical ID at each end, which lets you reference them in your code. Oh yes, I said that? Most links can be traveled in both directions, but some only go one way, and some can't be used at all. Alright, and hardware registers. So this is a file, and this is a hardware register. Some hosts contain special hardware registers. These registers are associated with external hardware that might be connected to the host computer. It totally varies with the system, so the registers are sometimes read-only or write-only, while other times you can do both. These registers can involve numbers or keywords. The names for these registers are a pound sign, followed by 4 characters like #power, P-O-W-R, and #enab, enab, I wonder what that could be. You can use these names directly in your code. That was a lot of info, so it's okay if you didn't get it all in one go. The next section contains tutorials where you can get hands-on with this system and start learning it for real. Yeah, that's what Monki was gonna say. Don't worry, it'll make more sense as we walk through it. Alright, Gast walks you through it. I truly believe anyone can learn EXA programming. That's why I've set up a network with some tutorials you can try. Give it a shot. Even if you think you're not a programmer, you might surprise yourself. It's true, it's true. That's how Monki feels about this game. This is talking almost directly to the player. Honestly, it might be a little overwhelming right now. Don't be overwhelmed. It's a lot of fun, I promise. It's just a little bit. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Tutorial 1: The Basics. In this first tutorial, your goal is to move a specific file with the ID 200 from the host named inbox to the host named outbox. You're going to move it through the link with the ID 800. Launch Exodus and connect to the tutorial network. A new blank solution will automatically be created for you. A solution is just a collection of exas that begin to execute when you press the run button. You'll see an empty exa with a blank code window on the left side of the screen. Type these 5 lines of code into the EXA. So, for the first tutorial, you can straight up just copy their code in order to complete the task. Eventually, you'll be writing your own. So, link 800. This will traverse link 800 to enter the network. Grab 200. Grabs file marked 200. Link 800. Traverse link 800 from inbox to outbox. Drop. Drop the held file. And halt. Terminate the EXA. Press the step button to step through the program one instruction at a time. When you get bored, you can press the run button to watch it run on its own. Once you've verified the program is doing what you want, you can hit the fast forward button to let your program run until it's finished. Congratulations, you just programmed your first EXA. So that's tutorial 1, and then tutorial 2 we'll get to later. But we'll start with tutorial 1, and I'm gonna take this off the screen for now. But I might peek at it myself, I might not. In the meantime, but just gotta get back to the interface. Let's see. That over there. This game is too big brain for me. No, don't be intimidated. I know it looks a little intimidating, but literally this first part right here, just copy this into this box here. You know? I'll just straight up copy it. In fact, Monki will straight up copy it, show you how easy it is. I got the magazine open on the side so I can see it. So, link 800. We said this will traverse link 800 to enter the network. Then grab 200, link 800, drop, halt. So this is copied verbatim from the magazine. It'll make a lot more sense as you see it stepped through. So to step through, you can either press this step or tab. So let me just show you how it works. So first instruction has been loaded up. Link 800. Oh, this is the file, by the way. This file here, 200. Move this file to the outbox. This one. That's just the contents. So link 800 is the instruction we just queued up. So let's give it a try. And you see the link here is 800 on this side. So it hops us over the link that is marked 800. Simple, simple. The next instruction is grab 200. 200 is here, and it's a file. Grab grabs a file. So you just pick it up. Now we've grabbed 200. And then, one more link. This one says link 800 again. So the number of the link is what you can see from the computer you're currently in, right? So currently we're in this computer, so 800 will take us that way to the outbox. If we want to go back to Rizone, we do -1. But we're going to link 800. Oops. And there we are in the outbox. We just hopped on over. And finally, drop. Oh, 2 more instructions. One is drop. So you drop the file, because we gotta leave it in the outbox. And then, this is important, leave no trace. We don't want anyone to know we did this, so we gotta get rid of our EXA. We gotta make them think the file was always here, just happened on its own. So in that case, halt will terminate the EXA. Test run complete. See? Not so bad, not so bad. And you can see the following test runs, you can kind of see. This one is the tutorial, so it's all relatively straightforward. They don't even change up anything. Later on, it'll get more difficult. Hi, Monki. Did you hack any of us yet? Soon. We're doing the tutorial first. So I guess we're hacking the tutorial network, but they're asking us to do it. I think I'm starting to understand. Oh good, I'm glad. It also helps to do it yourself, of course, so I really like this game. I really encourage people to give it a try if it looks interesting. Or you're hacking the computers of tea industry, planning in a big heist. No. Monkey wouldn't do that. Anyways, Monkey wants to make sure that the people who make tea are making money, because then they'll make more tea, right? Alright, and so yeah, that's the basics. Oh, test run complete. Okay, and then we can go ahead and run it, or even fast forward it. There we go. Oh, I forgot they have this, because I always turn it off. I usually turn this off. So you can see here they have leaderboards. And these are literally just for fun. Every Zachtronics game I've seen so far, this is the only one I've played, but I've watched people play other ones, and everyone I've seen so far has this kind of interface where you can make the challenge harder for yourself by trying to optimize for these things. It's not important to optimize for these things, but you can do it yourself if you want to. So cycle, size, and activity. There's some explanation for what that means elsewhere. And I guess this is the test run data. Monkey doesn't really like to have this kind of here though, because it makes me think too much about it, and I don't actually like optimization. That's what makes me a code monkey. I don't like optimization. I don't want to worry about it when I'm trying to have fun. Whereas some people love this kind of thing, and this is why they really get into Zachtronics games. But I think I'll turn that off. I think there's a setting. Oh. I can see everything, you know. That's scary. Everything on your computer. Oh. There's not much to see. Who are you? I like that you can ask again. Who are you? Also, it's nice, this interface. It's kind of VN-like, but each interaction is a short snippet. So if you're interested in seeing what would happen if you chose a different answer, you can replay it real quick, usually. There's not much to see, let's say. There isn't. Thanks, Ember. I expected you to be sitting on all kinds of secrets. It's alright, though. We'll find plenty more. Ember's got quite a personality. Oh yeah. More chats. I love the chats. They make me feel so good. What's a war dialer? So Mutex is relatively new, I guess. It finds unlisted servers and networks by automatically dialing all the numbers in a given area. Oh, that's cool. I want one. So yeah, the intro and the outro. For example, if I wanted to play that again and try, who are you? Who are you? I'm allowed to have a secret or two. Besides, where are yours? And then you get mostly the same dialogue, so you don't have to feel like you missed out too much. Alright, so these are my stats, but I don't want them. Let's go turn that off. I think that's here? Network. Yeah, leaderboards and histograms. No thank you. No thank you. There's a multiplayer. I have no idea what that means. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Alright. Back into our computer. And we got a new Trash World news up here. Tutorial number 2. Learn to edit files and manipulate values. Alright. So, tutorial number 2 ups the difficulty just a little bit. But you'll see they give you the code again. So, you're just learning still. It's still just a tutorial. Alright, but before we move on to that, Monkey's gonna go visit the little monkey's room. So, give me one moment, I'll be right back. I know you're all on the edge of your seats to learn more coding. I don't know, I find it fun. Beautiful monkey-san is too big brain for me. No. This is a... I know it's intimidating. It's actually a surprisingly accessible game. It definitely is easier when you're doing it yourself, though. Ember is kind of scaring me. Ember is very mysterious. In sort of like they're trying to seem mysterious and dangerous, and you're not sure if it's true or not, but they are on your computer and in your files. I actually have some theories about Ember, who Ember is and all of that, but I don't know if I want to say them just yet because we just gotten started. I have some theories though. Alright, I will be right back, so just give me one moment. Hello. Okay, let's go on to the next. How we say the next tutorial level, I guess. Welcome back. Oh, thank you, Shatter. Thank you. All right, let's connect to the network. People or animals are often motivated by the anticipation of a reward. Are you anticipating the medication as a reward? Yes? I'm not like everyone else. That's not a reward. It kind of not a reward. Doesn't quite feel like a reward if I need it to live. Guess you're right. It's about survival. Processing. Okay, let's continue. Alright, so here's our next tutorial. Add the first two values of file 200, multiply the result by the third value, and then subtract the fourth value. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that... I'm so glad that I don't have to do this math. The computer will do it for me. Append the result to the end of the file, then move it to the outbox. You can press Show Goal, the Show Goal button, or F1 at any time to see a preview of the completed task. Ah, that's cool. It's what you want it to look like in the end. Very cool. For help completing this task, see Gast walks you through it in the first issue of the zine. Oh, and here are the goals, I guess. Append the correct value to the end of file 200, move file 200 to the outbox, and leave no trace. These are our rubric, I guess. Alright, let's put this back on the screen. Here we have tutorial number 2, reading and writing files. I'm telling you that it will be hitting my heart. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, I guess. Alright, tutorial number 2, reading and writing files. Okay, the next task is a lot like the first one, except you'll need to read and write the file instead of just moving it. Read the requirements in Exodus for a full explanation. Do that now. Just did. To read or write the file held by an exa, we have to use the F register. We'll also be using the X register to store the intermediate values as we work through the operations. Type the following code into your default empty exa. So link 800, we're getting familiar with this now. Traverse link 800 to enter the network. Grab 200, that's like last time, grab file 200. Then copy fx. Read from f and write the value to x. Okay? Add I x fx. Calculate x plus f and write the result to x. Mul I x fx. Similarly, calculate x times f and write the result to x. And finally, sub I x fx. Calculate x minus f and write the result to x. Copy xf. Read from x and write the value to f. Link 800. We got another traverse. Link 800 from inbox to outbox. Drop to drop the held file and halt to terminate the exa. As you step through the program and execute the grab instruction, notice how the window for file 200 shows up beneath the window for the exa now holding it. Also, look for the file cursor in the file window, highlighting the first value in the file. When an exa reads from the F register, it'll read the value pointed at by the file cursor. Likewise, writing to the F register replaces the value pointed at by the file cursor. If the file cursor is at the end of the file, it will append the new value instead of replacing an existing one. One more thing. Reading or writing the F register automatically moves the file cursor to the next value in the file. Sometimes that's convenient. Sometimes it isn't. That's so real. Next page. Okay, and then there's tutorials 3 and 4. So we'll stick to tutorial 2 for now. That's what we're doing. And once again, they gave us the exact code, so I'll copy it through. I'll copy it in, and then we can see what it does. All I understood was X. Don't worry, it'll make more sense when you see it in action. So if you see XA identifies this EXA right here, this little guy, this little machine. And that's where we'll put our code into. Learning little by little. Exactly, exactly. And I promise you, if you play this game on your own, it'll make way more sense when you're typing it yourself than if you're just watching Monki. Alright. So first is link 800, grab 200, copy fx, add I xfx, moly xfx, subi xfx, copy xf, link 800, drop, halt. Alright, so that's what little XA here is going to do. Let's walk through. So we've highlighted now link 800, right? That we know. Links us over. Then grab 200, we grab the file. And you notice the file, since XA is holding it, is now attached to this XA programming window, just for clarity of visibility of who's got what. In the tutorial, they also mentioned the cursor here. You can see the cursor is on the first value in the file. The values are all just comma separated, so everything here is a value. You can see here actually the F register. You can see that we're holding 200 because it shows up here as well. Alright. So the first thing we want to do is copy F to X. So it's going to take whatever's in the cursor, whatever's under the cursor in the file, and copy it into here. This is the X register. So we'll go ahead and do that. See, it took 72 and popped it up there. And then, once we copied it in, the cursor automatically progressed like they mentioned. This is sometimes helpful, sometimes not. In this case, it's helpful because the next thing we want to do is highlighted here, add the X and F values, and then store it back into X. So this happens sequentially. So first we'll take the X value, 72, and then we'll take the F value, which is currently the highlighted under the cursor 52. We'll add them together, and whatever that comes out to will be stored back into X. So if I step through that, you'll see that apparently 72 plus 52 is 124. Monki doesn't know. Monki doesn't do math. This is why we have computers. So that got saved back into the X register. Next we want to multiply so we take that sum and we multiply it again by the next F value. So we'll take X again, and then we'll take the value from F, which is now 4. We'll multiply them together and store it back into X, back up here. So we'll step through that again, and apparently whatever that sum was, 124 or something, times 4, comes out to 496. Got put that back up there. Yeah, it got put back up here. We're here to code, not to do math. Yeah. It's too big brain for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Eduardo. I think you should come at this with a positive attitude, though. I don't think anything's really too big brain for anyone. Okay. So, and then finally, we want to do that subtraction, right? That's what they want us to do, the subtraction. So, I suppose this will take the value from the X register first, subtract the value from the F file cursor, which is on 60 now, and then store the value back into X. So tab through that. We're now at the end of the file. You'll see no values are highlighted. We got our final result here in our X register. And what they want us to do for this task is to append it to the end of the file. So that's why we've got this copy function again. You'll see that it's actually the same copy function we used earlier. It just takes the value from one place and puts it in the other. So in the first case, it took it from the F register and put it into the X register. Or rather, it took from the file and put it into the X register. And now, we're gonna copy whatever's in X and put it into the file, wherever our cursor happens to be. Right now, that's the end of the file, which is perfect. That's exactly where we want it to go. If I show the goal again, you'll see that what we want is this 200 to have that number that we've got, 436, at the very end. I are gorilla, me use muscle, not brain. I am Monki. I still have enough brain for this. By the way, should we be checking the time? Oh, you're right. Oh, it is getting a bit late, isn't it? Oh my goodness, thank you for pointing that out. I'm even more off my game today because because of the shorter stream. I think we can at the very least get through this second tutorial. I'll finish walking us through it so that you can kind of get an idea of what these things do, and then we'll probably close up from there. So thank you so much, Shatter, for letting me know. That's really helpful. Okay, time to pick for my smooth brain. I guess that's one where Monkey's with you on that. Alright, so we want to copy X into the file. So we'll do that. We got our 436 and now it's at the end of the file. And finally, we want to bring that file over to the outbox. The rest of this is exactly like the first tutorial. In fact, if you get rid of all of this stuff in the middle that's messing around with the values, it's exactly the same as the first tutorial. So we'll link back over to the outbox. We'll drop the file, and then to leave no trace, and you can see down here the check marks have been filling in as we complete the requirements of the task. Then we can halt, and the test run is complete. This is our file. Now it's there. Great, wonderful. Oh, if you were curious about the histograms and stuff, though, Monkey doesn't like them. But if you like them, you'll see there's test runs here. So, in order for the task to succeed, they have a lot of different configurations. What I can show you in a little bit. And they run your test against multiple configurations to make sure it's working. It's testing. It's QA. Over here, these are the metrics that show up in the histogram if you care to optimize them. So cycles, your cycle score is the number of turns it takes your XS to complete the task. The size is the total number of instructions in all of your XS, including marked pseudo instructions. In this task, your scores will not be eligible for histograms or leaderboards if your size exceeds 50. That's what the 50 means on the bottom. And activity. Your activity score is the number of times XS you control execute link or kill instructions. So these are basically just random things that you can optimize for if you feel like it. Usually you can't optimize for all of them at the same time. It's just what you enjoy. Just wanted to make sure you didn't need to jet right at the time. Yeah, thank you so much, Shatter. That's really, really helpful, really. In case it was one of those situations, it would have been dangerous. Monkey-san's time belonged to us for now, at least. For a little bit longer, yeah. I just want to show you a couple more things. Which is, for example, the test runs. You can see here actually we're on test run number 2 now, and the file, the contents are different, and that's to prevent you from doing something like just writing the answer into the file and being like, we're done. It's gotta work with whatever values end up in the file, not just the values in the example, but whatever values they might throw at you. However, the network usually, I believe, remains the same because it's all the same network. Networks don't really change as readily. Alright, so yeah, so we can step through a bit slowly and just watch that in slow time, like last time, but I'm not gonna talk through it. Just see how that happens with the different things. And then I'm just gonna let it go ahead and run. You'll see lots of different values. You can also double time the run. And I hit the leaderboard, so ha! It shows me my stats, but it doesn't compare it to anything. Oh, thank you for the hugs, Chito. Alright, so that's that. Oh, I think the other thing, I guess I can show you is you can add more exas if you want. And they can do whatever you want. But for these tutorials, you don't need that many. No one can see that Null is secretly the world record holder. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the leaderboards are private to your friend group. So if you have friends who play the game, they'll be able to see your scores. Even if you hide it for yourself, I think they can also see your scores. And the histogram is based on everyone, I think. Everyone who's played the game, in terms of where things tend to shake out. Gifted Monki-san? No. Blessed us with some much big brain today. Oh dear. Hello. Oh, hello! Christopher Ladera? Welcome! We're actually just about finishing up here, unfortunately, but thank you for coming by, and welcome to the Tianshi Tea Club. Alright. Why don't we go back to the comfy room then? I think it's about time we say our goodbyes. Ta-da! Okay. So, I hope that was at least somewhat entertaining for all of you. I really like this game. So if other people think that it's kind of entertaining, if other people find it entertaining, that would be great because I'd love to play more of it. I suppose it might be a little dry compared to some other games that are out there, but I really like it. Too much big brain me slow me gorilla. Oh, I'm sure a gorilla could play this game. Alright. But anyhow, I suppose it's time for me to sign off. I hope you had a good time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the stream though. I may have been a bit slow on the upload, but I think I understand now. And it's always lovely to see a game you enjoy so much. Hashtag love kids. Thank you, Shaku. Yeah. And slowly it'll start to make sense. In the tutorial, they present things to you very slowly, so you might think to yourself, I don't really get it. But one thing that's really great is in the zine, they have literally just... maybe I can show it to you real quick. Let me try to show it to you real quick. Let me find the right page. Alright, this is good. So, in the game... Let me show you this one. In the game, this page here, this is the actual reference guide. So, everything so far, if you're like, oh, I forget the command, you can come in here and be like, oh, okay, so these are the different registers, and here we have, like, copy that command. We have, over here, we have, drop. We know the drop command, and we know halt, and we know link. And they give you, they remind you, it's like a dictionary of all the things you can do. So really, it does start to make a lot of sense. And usually I just have this up next to me in case I need it. It looks like a lot of commands, but you learn them gradually, and over time you stop thinking about it. You just start using it. So that's pretty cool. It's one of those games where the more you play it, the more you feel like you're actually mastering something. You're not just leveling up in the game, but you're kind of solving puzzles, you know? Alright, sorry for the tangent. I do really like this game. This Monki channel, Monkey-san do what want with channel. Oh, thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate that. I was a little worried because you kept saying that it's too big brain. I was afraid that maybe you were saying it's not very interesting. But yeah, hopefully someone will enjoy. And I like I said, if you pick up the game, it'll definitely be a lot easier than it looks just watching. I do not work for Zachtronics. I have no personal connections to Zachtronics. I just really like this game. Alright. Time for Monkey to sign off. It's a few minutes past. I want to thank you all for coming. I hope you had a good time. And with this meeting of the Tianshi Tea Club is officially adjourned. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the shorter stream today and the late start, but I'm glad I made it. I was afraid at first that I might not make it at all. But I'm glad I made it. And I should see you all at the regular time on Thursday. So I look forward to that. Alright. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.